What's going on, folks? Kevin here from SportsBoxBreaks.com, coming to you live Thursday night, May 2nd, 2019. We are busting open another case of 2019 Bowman baseball. This is going to be another case of jumbo, and this is the case break number 6. Again, 2019 Bowman baseball jumbo number 6. If you're looking for the wax is still filling up on the site, guys. You can jump in. There are spots available. That'll be on the lineup for Tuesday night. So this is jumbo number 6. Arizona Diamondbacks going to Chris G. The Braves going to Chris G. The Orioles, Chris G. Boston Red Sox going to Mike T. The Chicago Cubbies going to George C. Chicago White Sox going to Jeremy B. Cincinnati Reds, Robert G. Cleveland Indians going to Mark C. Colorado Rockies, Chris G. Detroit Tigers, Robert G. Houston Astros, Chris G. Kansas City Royals going to Robert P. Los Angeles Angels, Nick B. The Los Angeles Dodgers going to Robert P. The Miami Marlins going to Aaron F. The Milwaukee Brewers and the Minnesota Twins both belong to Robert G. So again, Brewers and Twins for Robert G. The New York Mets going to Jim W. The New York Yankees going to Tommy K. The Oakland A's going to Robert G. The Philadelphia Phillies going to Joe W. Pittsburgh Pirates going to Chris G. San Diego Padres, Charles D. San Francisco Giants going to Kyle F. Seattle Mariners, Philip B. What do we got? 2 in a row, it looks like. Cardinals and the Tampa Bay Rays. St. Louis Cardinals, Tampa Bay Rays, both belong to Chris G. Texas Rangers going to Bill C. Toronto Blue Jays, Chris G. And the Washington Nationals rounding us out going to Mr. Greg Z. All right, guys. Good luck, good luck. Again, all cards are shipped off to you on these products. So we are only going to showcase the hit cards to keep the flow of this thing moving along. But you will receive it all. Score Football coming up next. Sold out 4,800 cards in that stuff. This little slash in the box from when it was shipped like that. That's kind of weird. Looks like it didn't carry over onto the inside. But Jay, were you telling me like a bunch of years ago when you were watching another breaking operation? I won't name names, but they opened up a box of cards and inside the cards were actually burnt. Like as if they got like exposed to like flame. I'm almost positive I remember you telling me that. Like the cards inside the factory sealed box were burnt. All right, here we go. Count them, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's start at the top left. Again, all cards coming to you. We're only showcasing the hit cards, 50 or lower. Obviously the autos, 3 autos per box in this stuff. The styrofoam was melted. That's what it was. The styrofoam was melted. And the packs were like fused together. That's so weird. All right, here we go. Let's spin them that way. Much easier. I'm going to go box by box, guys. I feel like I have no room to move if I have like 3 boxes unpacked. Desk space feels limited. Much easier than the wax. Okay, here we go. Let's start on the right. Let me get my camera work all done here. Camera focus. Let's go about right there, right? That looks good. We could adjust as needed. Again, all cards coming to you guys. We're looking for stuff that's obvious color with numbering on it. What do we got? Top 100, Kyle Tucker. Ready for the show, McKay. And here it comes, guys. First auto. Boom and a bang. What do we got? Let me get my list of participants in front of me. Cubbies going to George with a Miguel Amaya. Miguel Amaya for the Cubbies. George C. owns that Cubbies spot. There you go, George. Congrats, buddy. Mike T in the house. What's up, Mike? What's up, Mike? Chris Paddock, top 100. Bowman, 30th. Got a talent pipeline. Orioles across the board there. Mike, I was mentioning you before we were talking about pizza again. I can't help myself. When I'm on no carbs, all I want to think about is pizza, man. We're talking about Bitcoin, and about, years ago when Bitcoin was in the early days, somebody, like, as a proof of concept, paid like one full Bitcoin for a pizza, which in years later, once Bitcoin reached its peak, would have been a $20,000 pizza. And some of the guys were saying, yeah, I've probably spent $20,000 on pizza. I'm sure I've spent, over my lifetime, well more than $20K on pizza. Purple paper to 250 of Tukey for the Braves. 126 out of 250 paper. Got a 30th of Mike Trout. Mike, do you accept Bitcoin at your establishment? Because, pretty soon, all currency is going to be crypto. Not really. Not really at all. I've dabbled in cryptocurrency just to be able to get money on some poker sites. It's at 5,400 now. I see purple coming up here, and it's purple with ink. Very nice. Andrew Nisner. Andrew Nisner to 250. St. Louis Cardinals going to Chris G. Chris G on the Cardinals spot. Purple with ink, buddy. Congrats. That's a second auto. 5,400 now. At a high of like 19,800, I think it was. Yeah, but I've dabbled in Bitcoin just to be able to move money in and out of like online poker sites, like Bovada and places like that. But it's not easy. Let me tell you, man. They don't make it well. It's not an easy barrier of entry. Once you figure it out, it's pretty easy to use after that. But like to actually figure it out is rather difficult up front. Refractor to 499. Same gentleman. Okay, second stack. Box number 1. Still looking for one more auto. Maybe some color in here too. Maybe an orange. I think the orange, I keep saying that, but the orange is supposed to only be in wax, right? Got a Joey Bart Sterling. Been recruited by wallet companies. Did you go for those recruitment gigs, or did you steer clear? Yeah, the money might be there today, but who knows, right? What do we got? Alex Reyes, top 100. Ready for the show, Vlad Jr. Talent pipeline for the Marlins. One bad transaction and the company's ruined. Yep. Although most of those wallets, was it a wallet like a Coinbase type of company where your wallet is basically like an online wallet, or like a software piece? And here it is, guys. Next one is to 499 refractor auto of Brock Burke. Tampa Bay going to Chris. Chris G on the ownership. Brock Burke auto. That's auto number 3. Yeah, like the online wallet companies like Coinbase and that, yeah, they have like, they're basically the equivalent of a bank, but with none of the safeguards in place that banks have. Here's Kopech, top 100. Minnesota, Royce Lewis. Here is a Brent Honeywell, blue to 150. Whenever I've had Bitcoin, I've like swept it back into my own local wallet and not kept it in an online wallet. So I've kept it, on my own person and then, transferred it as needed. Purple paper, Nick Senzel, the 250 for the Reds. Got a Mike Trout Sterling. Bread Wallet messed up once already. I've heard of that. Is Bread Wallet like an online version, or is it somehow they survived? Not like MT Gox or Mount Gox, which was the Magic the Gathering exchange that turned into a huge Bitcoin exchange. McKenzie and the rest of the crew for the Indians. Talent Pipeline. Okay. That's one box down. Let's keep going here, guys. Let me offload these cards to my side table. Yeah, MT Gox was responsible for losing like a couple $100 million. I mean, theoretically, a couple $100 million because the stuff fluctuates so much. But yeah, it's all mobile-based. Just a sec here, guys. Making space on the table. Can't remember which one I use. I'll tell you exactly which one I use because I have it on my desktop. I'm going to look right now. The one that I have used, I've used two different just Windows-based wallets. Exodus Bitcoin Wallet and Electrum Bitcoin Wallet. I actually like the Exodus wallet better. The Exodus wallet's actually pretty slick looking. The whole interface and the way to move money in and out of it seems just a little more intuitive. Okay, empty box, number 2. If you really want to be paranoid, you could essentially move your Bitcoin to a offline storage entirely, like a paper wallet, right? Where it's just a QR code that acts as your key that sits on a piece of paper. You could stick in a safe. Speaking of bread, Mina Eloy. Out here in Vegas, there's a whole series of like Bitcoin ATMs all over the place. Charge pretty hefty fees though to use. They're all over the country, but there's a pretty good concentration of them here. Okay, here we go. Start on the left. Forrest Whitley, top 100. Rookie of the Year favorites, Kyle Tucker. 30th anniversary Padres. Urias. Ready for the show, and here we go. It's a Speckle. Speckle to $2.99 for the Cardinals. Same guy. How about it? Cardinals crushing it. Andrew Nisner again. Cardinals going to Chris. 201 of 299 on that one. First auto of 3. Yeah, Cardinals crushing it, man. Cardinals did pretty well on the Diamond Kings earlier too, right? Completely unrelated, but just the team overall doing okay. Numbering to 499, paper, Reggie Lawson, San Diego. Here's an Ohtani, Sterling. What's the overall take, guys? Have you been? It sounds like the overall vibe is that folks have been liking the wax a lot better than the jumbo this year. Even though the jumbo always seems to fill faster than the wax because everybody's going for those 3 autos. But the wax has been loaded with color. Jonathan Hernandez, Texas coming up here. Texas going to Bill. Bill C. Jonathan Hernandez auto. Topps has got to quit hiring Panini interns. Hernandez for the Rangers, buddy. Congratulations, Bill. I think I have a package. I'm not going to do it tonight because I want to get through what we have scheduled. But the next live session I have, guys, is going to be Monday. I think I got those replacement packs from Topps. Remember Topps shorted us? Was it on Gypsy Queen? I can't remember which one it was. Gypsy Queen, I believe. Jonathan India, Sterling. They shorted us those topper packs. I got a package in the mail yesterday from Topps Company, and I think that's what it is. That's got to be what it is. It's the only thing I'm waiting on from them. So I'll bust those open on Monday just to kind of keep the action moving here tonight. Sanchez, top 100, 30th anniversary of Florial. Talent Pipeline for Toronto. All right, one sec here, guys. We'll look at the second stack in a minute. All right, second stack, here we go. Are we still waiting on 2 autos or 1 auto? I think 2 autos, right? Still waiting on 2 autos. So nothing in the papers for color. Nick Madrigal, top 100. Paper to 499 of Ryan Barucki for Toronto. Sheffield. And then here we go. White Sox going to Jeremy. A little Aqua Wave, is that what I'm looking at? Aqua Wave to 125. If it had ink, even better. But not ink yet. We'll see, man. We got lots of boxes still to go to get you there. I see Atomic coming up in there. Okay. What do we got? It is a top 100 Kyle Wright, Atlanta to 150 Atomic. Pretty neat. Talent Pipeline, Kansas City. Ready for the show, Diaz, San Diego, Talent Pipeline. Paper cards want to stick together. Rookie of the Year, 30th anniversary. And it is going to be purple to 250 for the Reds, Nick Senzel. right, last little bit. Ready for the show, and here it is, guys. All right. Atomic to 100, Will Stewart, Philadelphia Phils with ink. Joe W. owns those Phils. There you go. Joe, nice hit. 83 out of 100 on that. Really nice looking card. Will Stewart, Philadelphia Phils going to Joe. Nice hit, Joe. All right, box number 2 down. Just offload these guys. Keep making space on the table. All right, one sec, guys. I got to hydrate here. And by hydrate, I mean drink coffee, which is not at all good for hydration. This box has the wrapper kind of busted already. Well, no need for the knife then. Personal boxes of Prism available, guys. Also looking my voice is going, and we're not even into the 4,000 card break. Also have the plates and patches up there with 10 to go. So 10 left in plates and patches. Wait till I get in score. I won't be able to talk. Several of you are like, yes, please. Man, this guy talks too much. Buckeye, what's going on, buddy? Buckeye in the house. Bill's saying awesome. I think he's saying awesome to the hit that I pulled for him a while ago. Although he could be saying awesome to me losing my voice, too. Could go either way. All right, here we go, fellas. Here we go. Let's start on the right-hand side. What's going on, Buckeye? How's it going, man? Thanks for coming out, as always. This is box number 3 right now of our Bowman Jumbo. And here we go, guys. Nate Lowe, Tampa Bay Rays, going off to Chris, and that's a blue auto to 150, buddy. 46 out of 150, Nate Lowe. For the Rays. Very nice, bud. Very nice. Chris G. Buckeye, you got it, buddy. I remember calling out your name a couple times. That was a pretty nice case of Diamond Kings that went off. All right, nothing looking too good in the papers. No color. Guys, if you're chasing down Tier 1, Jason was hanging out here. I think he is still hanging out while he's doing some paper grading and that. He said he's going to be listing them tomorrow. So if you guys are looking for Tier 1, tomorrow's going to be the day. Arizona D-backs on the board for Chris. Taylor Widener. Diamondbacks auto for you, Chris. So back-to-back autos for Chris. So I know a lot of you guys are signed up to those email notifications. Email notifications when we list a new product on the site. If you're not, look in the chat. You're going to see a little write-up in there, a little blurb in our automated postings from Nightbot where you could sign up for that. It basically just sends you an email when we list something new, so then you have first right of jumping on teams if you want to, but of course a lot of people are signed up to that, so it's a pretty competitive thing. Numbering the 250 here, Martinez, Toronto. Looking for some Indians in this one? See if we can do it for you, Mark. So even if you guys are signed up for those emails, it's ninja fingers at the ready, guys. You got to jump in super fast. Whenever you see those emails hit your inbox, it's like first one to get there wins, because there's only one spot available, of course, for each team and each break. So. Rogers, Miguel Amaya, Rookie of the Year favorites. Brandon Lowe, Casey Mize, Sterling. Okay, that's one half of it. Give me a minute here to do my thing, offload the cards. All right, here comes the second half. What do we got? A little Keston action, top 100. We got a Siegler to 499 paper. Chris Bryant on the Sterling card. Guys, I sent out an email a couple days ago, or yesterday it might have been actually, and also I sent out a communication about it prior to that. There was a missing Anthony Siegler redemption card in one of our Bowman's Best cases from a couple weeks back. The owner of the New York spot in that break said he never received his Siegler redemption. So if you guys see an Anthony Siegler redemption in a package you've received recently, and you don't think that should have been yours, please chime in an email, let me know. Not a super high value card, but nonetheless, I'd like to get it in the hands of the correct owner. Hunter Green, top 100, Rookie of the Year favorites, Christian Stewart. Nolan Gorman on the 30th. And then what do we got? Number to 125, Aqua for the D-backs. Right behind it, this Santana fell right out. All right, getting down to it on this stack. Let's see. I think we're still doing auto, right? I think. Ready for the show, and we sure are. Here we go. Urias coming up, and that's got some numbering. Refractor to 499, San Diego. San Diego going to Charles D. Charles D. And thanks for that email. I think it was Charles that sent us an email last week or so complimenting on the website and how easy it is to use. Thanks a bunch, Charles. Appreciate that. 484 out of 499 refractor auto for you, Charles. Nice. Top 100, ready for the show, Whitley, Talent Pipeline. Okay, box number 3 down. We're moving at a pretty good clip. What are we at? 30 minutes. And that included the roll call plus the opening of the box and all that business. So we're moving along. Less than 10 minutes per box, if you count all the stuff that we had to do before we got to box number 1. So that's not too bad. All right, here we go. Next box. This box will put us halfway there. So 30 minutes should be just shy of a 1 hour long break. I'll do a hit recap when we finish up. What's going on, Tom? How's it going, buddy? I don't know off the top of my head yet. There hasn't been a ton. Let me take a quick look. Tom, here's the hits so far. I don't think I did pull any Yanks yet. Nothing yet for the Yankees, bud. Nothing yet for the Yanks. But this is only going into box number 4 right now, Tom. So lots of stuff still to look at. So 15 autos still left, basically. All right, always one side of it. I got you, Bill, on the hit. The nice part about YouTube is the fact that it's got that DVR functionality where you can actually watch us from an hour ago. I think it goes up to 3 hours, if I'm not mistaken. But the weird thing about it is sometimes we're out of sync. So what I'm talking about isn't what you're... Like, what I'm talking about right now at this second isn't what you're hearing. Because you might be behind me 20 minutes or something. But still is pretty great that you can pop in and still catch all the action, just rewind the time slider. Nothing yet. 30th anniversary, Carter Kieboom. Any of you guys watch Survivor? The longest running reality TV show in history, I think, right? I've been a Survivor fan since season 2. I didn't watch season 1, but I've watched it ever since season 2. I just watched last night's episode earlier. Show's damn good, man. Florial Sterling. A lot of people are like, you watch that crap? It's freaking awesome. If you're not watching it, I say watch it. All right, let's see. Talent pipeline. Also, speaking of TV stuff, any of you guys watching my local Las Vegas boy, Crush Jeopardy? This James Holzhauer guy? I haven't watched any of the episodes this week, so I don't even know if he's still in it. I assume he is. Otherwise, I think I would have heard of it. And here we go. Here it is. Some Kopech love, buddy. Chicago White Sox and Jeremy. Jeremy getting his White Sox on the board with the Kopech auto. Congrats, buddy. Nice. Yeah, this Holzhauer just crushing souls in Jeopardy. Back when, the famous Ken Jennings, they said hit and boom. How is this? I don't understand. How is this a 1 of 1, guys? You tell me. What am I even looking at here? It's a 1 of 1 of Ramirez for the Indians. Mark, you came in at the right time, brother. I'm used to seeing superfractors and such, but that is not the typical 1 of 1. So what are we actually looking at here? A paper-based 1/1. Yeah. Mark, congratulations, buddy. Boom. Indians for Mark. 1/1 time. Why not? Why not? Paper-based 1/1. So I guess it can't be a superfractor considering that it's not a chrome-based card, right? So that's the alternative version on the paper side. Crazy. Crazy stuff. All right. How about a blue paper just behind it for Toronto? Spanberger. You got it, Mark. My pleasure, buddy. What do we got? Urias. Sterling. Wasn't expecting that. I see 1/1 on it. I'm like, how is this a 1/1? It's a paper card. But that makes sense. Paper-based 1/1. All right. All right, guys, give me a second here to offload this stack that we've already looked through. I was going to say what kind of value you think the card holds, but always tough to put a real value on those 1/1s considering there's nothing else to truly compare it to, right? Just other guys that are kind of in the same level. Not the same exact guy. You did, Trav. Check it out. Look at this craziness. Just pulled in the last stack here in this current box. Crazy. Why not? Paper 1/1. 30th anniversary Aaron Nola. Are we talking super, super rare? Well, obviously super rare, but like crazy rare, even more so than the superfractor rarities. Adonis Medina to 499 refractor. Ready for the show. Here comes our next hit. It is, how do you say this, guys? Esteri Ruiz, San Diego. Again, San Diego doing well for Charles. Refractor auto again for you, Charles, to 499 for the San Diego spot, bud. Congrats. And here it is. Yankees on the board for Tommy. Tommy K was looking for some Yankees love. You ask and you shall receive, sir. Dom Thompson Williams for the New York Yanks auto. Going off to Tommy K. Tom, congrats, buddy. New York Yanks. Victor Mesa Jr. I'm trying to separate the stack into a more manageable stack, and it doesn't want to bust open here. Numbering to 299, Speckle Victor Mesa. 299 for Miami, going to Aaron. Okay, last little bit from this box. Halfway there, guys. 30th anniversary of Rizzo. Talent pipeline for the Cubs. Okay, that box is kaput. We got 4 remaining. Let me get them more front and center. Give me a minute. Get these cards off my table. I'm shuffled over to my side table. So this stuff is 3,072 cards, and it takes up like 3 of our little sorting totes. We use these little plastic sorting totes. Yeah, the Miami logo. Is this their first season with it? I'm assuming, right? All right, here we go. 4 boxes remaining. Baseball is one sport, though. You just don't see a lot of, like, I guess it's because of its, like, old-time history, right? But you don't see, I mean, you clearly don't see expansion teams. You don't see city changes. You don't see any of that kind of stuff, really. But basketball, not the case. Of course, football, not the case. Baseball is just like fixed, is what it is. 30 teams, they are these teams, and that's it. These are the cities. I mean, I can't say never. It's just not often. There's a lot of speculation, however, about Vegas getting a professional baseball team, not just a AAA, but a professional team on the site of where the Rio Hotel Casino currently sits. I don't know. Could be BS, could be real. They're talking about basically leveling the Rio and using those grounds for a brand new MLB stadium. Question is, who's it going to be if it is a reality? Some people were saying the Angels. No idea. Okay, here we go. I see gold. It's gold shimmer. Gold shimmer to 50, Peter Alonso. 25 out of 50 for the Mets. That's Jim. There you go, Jim. Nice. Gold shimmer to 50. Or gold wave. What are they calling them now? Wave? Shimmer? They used to call them shimmer in some products, and then I think they call them wave now, right? In this one, ready for the show, Nick Senzel, Talent Pipeline. Just like the speckle used to be called sparkle, and like they want to make it difficult, not stick with the standards that they've established. Ready for the show, and here we go. The Rays are on the board again with the Ronaldo Hernandez auto. Ronaldo Hernandez, Tampa Bay Rays going to Chris. Congratulations, Chris. Nice hit. Nice hit. Rays doing well. Rays doing well. How about a paper 1 of 1 in this? Why not? Paper 1 of 1. Brendan McKay, Tampa Bay, 30th. And this Kyle Freeland is just upside down for no apparent reason in the middle of a pack. Why not? And, ooh, baby, Victor Mesa Jr. auto for Miami. And there's that new logo. And Victor Mesa Jr. auto going to Aaron. Boom, baby. Nice case right here. We still have 3 boxes left. Victor Mesa Jr. auto, Miami Marlins, and Aaron F. on that ownership. Congrats, Aaron. Nice one. Very nice. ready for the show. And then we have an Atomic. Okay, so 2 interesting cards coming up back-to-back here. Atomic Talent Pipeline for the Braves, numbering to 150, and then a Jojo Romero, speckled to 299 for the Phils. Yeah, that Victor Mesa is good stuff. All right, one side is down. Let me just offload and we'll get into the second side. Okay, second side, here we go. I'm still shocked at that paper 1-of-1. Was not expecting that whatsoever. Shane Baz to 499 paper, Alvarez Sterling. Guys, unless we get some pretty good pricing on this product going forward, which isn't too likely the way the market works on this stuff, this is probably going to be our last jumbo of the 2019 Bowman. Although, you know, never say never, but it's pretty tough to get our hands on this stuff at a reasonable enough price at a future point. Numbering to 125, Luis Robert for the White Sox. Aqua for Jeremy. Talent Pipeline, Detroit. Royce Lewis, top 100, Rookie of the Year favorites. Then a 30th for San Diego. I see gold coming up here, guys. Okay, we got Matt Manning, top 100. We got ready for the show. And here it is. It's gold, and it's ink. 24 out of 50. Darian Cruz for the Braves, which is one of Chris's spots. Chris G. Gold auto. 24 out of 50. Darian Cruz. Nice hit there, Chris. Nice. Did you guys know, and I didn't know this, did you guys know that Canseco had a brief career, if you will, I say career in air quotes, in mixed martial arts? I was watching some YouTube video yesterday, and it's like fighters that should have never been in the UFC. I follow this one channel, MMA On Point. And it was like fighters that should have never been in mixed martial arts. It wasn't necessarily UFC, it was just MMA. And Canseco fought a couple times. I don't think it was UFC, it was one of the other organizations like Bellator or one of those. Alec Boehm Sterling. But Canseco fought, and they said he basically got crushed in his first outing. He's 6'4", but the first guy he was up against was like 6'11" or something ridiculous, and the guy just worked him. And Canseco lost in a pretty bad fashion. And then they said in future fights, Canseco at one point tried to send his twin brother in to take the fight as him. And they outed him for being the twin brother because of mismatching tattoos. First of all, I didn't even know Canseco had a twin brother. And second of all, that story is ridiculous. It was so good. Canseco sends in his brother to fight for him. Like, come on. The manager was Stallone's ex-wife? No kidding, Ruger. The chick that was on, I think she died now, right? The one that was the Russian wife of Drago in Rocky IV. I think she might have died, that woman. All right, there's the empty box. Yeah, she was married to Stallone back in those years of the Rocky movies. She also did that reality show where she was like nuzzling up with Flavor Flav. So ridiculous. But Canseco, an MMA fighter. Who would have thought it? I wouldn't. Also played baseball, Chris says. Yes. Also played baseball and may or may not have done some PEDs. Pretty sure Canseco lives out here now. He lives in Vegas. Brigitte Nielsen. Yes, that's right, Trav. You got it. Brigitte, not just Bridget. Brigitte Nielsen. Guys, Score Football coming up next. Settle in for a long one. That's going to be probably 2.5 hours to get through that one. But we got it filled, so it is coming up next. Maybe I'll need a couple-minute break in between this one and that one. The best part of that story is Canseco sending his brother in his place to fight for him in an MMA bout. And they caught him. Like, come on, it's your twin. This isn't an episode of Scooby-Doo. All right, back to the task at hand, guys. Let's do this thing. And here we go, guys. What do we got? Is Rennell Wilson? For the Braves. Braves going to Chris G to 499 refractor auto for you, buddy. Refractor auto. I'm the same way. I know a lot of like little tidbits, little nuggets of information, and then I'll catch, you catch some of these YouTube videos and they're like, get out of here. That's the brother. Canseco's brother is Ozzy. He also made it to the majors. These guys are physical specimens, though. I mean, big dudes. Obviously enhanced, but big dudes nonetheless. The cream and the clear did them well. Canseco is involved with Balco, right? That was the whole Balco bullshit where the cream and the clear, he's like claiming they didn't know it was steroids. They were just rubbing a cream on their leg. Barry Bonds and I think who else? There were several of them in that whole thing. He was too busy playing for Black Sabbath. All right, here we go. I see gold coming up here in a minute. Is that another gold auto? It is not. It is a Ramos to 75. San Francisco, 41 out of 75. Going to Kyle. One big SOB crowding the plate. Greg's calling out for the Washington spot. Come on, Greg. Let's do it, bud. Been pulling for your teams tonight, Greg. Let's keep it going. Chris Bryant, 30th. And here it is. Texas on the board with Julio Pablo Martinez. Texas going to Bill C. Bill's in the house. I think Bill might be a little bit behind the live video, but Bill, here's another one for you, brother. Texas Rangers and Bill C. on the ownership. Congrats, Bill. Guys, big thanks for showing up to these live sessions. For the first couple of years that we were doing these breaks, we would struggle to get a live audience. We would have a good product. We would have good prices. We would get sales outside the live stream, but then folks wouldn't show up to the live stream. And it's half the battle getting people into these live streams because that's where a lot of your a lot of your pickups on the final teams of this stuff happen, as you guys well know. So can't thank you guys enough just showing up, on the regular to these live streams. That's how we get them filled. Jason and I would play Damage Control every day for like years, 2.5 years. Guys on eBay especially, like, just couldn't understand why stuff wasn't filling. And excited for the Here It Is, Greg. They would email us, like, the most angry emails ever that stuff wasn't filling. And it's like, are you showing up to the live stream and kind of like showing your support to the fill effort? And they'd be like, I'm not going to show up unless it fills. The struggles were real. Still are real. But much bigger struggles back then. It's crazy that we're doing this almost 5 years now. And whoo, baby. All right. Chance Adams, 100/100 Atomic Auto, New York Yankees. Tommy, here's another one for you, buddy. Tommy's been with us a long time. He remembers. He knows. 68/100 on this one. Chance Adams, bud. Congrats. I'm getting excited for you too, Greg. Jose played for the Red Sox at Fenway. A huge human being, Chris. Yeah, I mean, he was a big dude. 6'4" as well, right? 6'4". A couple years ago, we would be doing the breaks, and the one night we were doing live breaks, and we pulled a pretty nice Canseco hit, and a guy chimes into the chat. This was when we were exclusively just doing our breaks on Breakers.tv, and he chimes into the chat, and he's like, I'd like to buy that hit. And I'm like, it's not ours to sell, but we could put you in touch with the guy who owns the team. And it turns out the guy that was chiming in wanting to buy the Canseco hit was that gentleman that was like the Canseco super fan. Tanner, the Canseco super fan, which I know a lot of you guys know about because he was big on the Beckett forums and that. Calls himself Mustachio. He's got a mustache, like a curled mustache with the old school style. Here's a Brewer Hicklin, Kansas City to 150. So, yeah, Tanner, the Canseco super fan, I think used to just hang out and leave a lot of live streams open and look for like good Canseco stuff to buy. He had a whole website dedicated to his love of like Canseco collecting. I think he actually like buddied up with Canseco at one point and showed up at his house and had a personal signing of a whole bunch of stuff. And interesting character. And then I remember I think you guys were telling me at one point last year we were talking about this guy, and you were telling me that he was like selling off his entire Canseco collection. Little SBB lore, if you will. All right, numbering to 499 here, Jake Bowers. Then a blue to 150, Ryan Costello. Yeah, Tanner, the super fan. He probably still has his website active. I think he was a web developer or website designer by trade as well. Good graphic artist. He did his own cards and stuff. He retired from the Canseco stuff, Chris. I thought that's the last I'd heard about him. All right, guys, 2 boxes remaining, 6 down. Sold him a couple Cansecos. Maybe it was yourself, Chris, because I remember he would chime into the chat in the live sessions and be looking to buy like the better looking Canseco stuff that was pulled. Give me just a minute, guys. Mustachio. All right, here we go. Next 2. Final 2. 6 boxes down, 2 to go. Post on every checklist on Cardboard Connection advertising he'd buy rare Canseco stuff. That sounds about right. Yeah, he was big into it. I wonder why he retired. If you chase it for that long and then you decide to just get out of it, that's something. Unless he was just looking to recoup his investment. All right, here we go. What are these, 32 cards per pack? I think that's what they are, right? 32 trading cards per pack. So the Score Football, the Score Football is 40 cards per pack. And about 1,700 more cards than this stuff. So we're at the 1 hour mark on this one right now. So Score is going to be like 2 hours probably. A little longer, maybe 2 and 20. All right, here goes. All right, here's a Speckle to 299, Gavin Lux, Dodgers. $4.99 refractor, Ryan McKenna, Baltimore. Had dinner with Jose in 1990, and he was not a very nice person. No kidding, Trav. Well, fame will do that to him, right? That was probably... Like, how long was he in the league in that particular period of time? He was probably in, like, real popular days of his time in the league, I imagine. And here it is, guys. Very nice. Speckle to 299 and Nate Lowe auto for Tampa Bay. The Rays going to Chris. Chris is in the house catching this one live. There you go, bud. Nate Lowe, 107 of 299 Speckle auto. Going to those Rays. Excuse me, guys. The voice is going. And here we go. Philadelphia Phil's coming up again with a Matt Vierling. Matt Vierling Phil's Joe W. Joe picking up some nice Phillies love on this case. Another one for you, Joe. Joe's been with us a long time also. All these names that come... every once in a while, we'll get a breaker that used to break with us like 3 or 4 years ago that pops back in out of nowhere. It's always interesting. Top 100 Rookie of the Year favorites, Kyle Tucker, Kalenic, Sterling. Not saying that Joe has disappeared for a few years, but I can't remember. We just had somebody that popped in recently that's like, I haven't seen him since 2015. All right, guys, 1 sec. Yep, looking for the Franco, or the Franco. I want to say Franco just out of sheer pronunciation value. His 4th year with Oakland. Who did I pull that Franco auto for in one of the previous cases? I can't remember who owned it, but it was a real nice auto. All right, purple to 250, paper for San Diego. And here comes some wave action. Soto right there, 30th. And a Cole Winn for Texas. Aqua wave to 125. Bob Knight. That's very cool. Here's a funny, this is like a Z-list celebrity, if you will. Going back to 2006, my girlfriend at the time and myself were taking a trip to Aruba. Never been to Aruba. I've been to like the Caribbean and places like that, but never in Aruba, so we decided to take a trip. Ryan Costello for the Twins to $4.99. So we're flying out of the Philadelphia airport at the time, and I see this Asian guy across the way sitting there, and I'm looking, and this is like right at the start when I first started getting like really interested and involved in playing poker. And who's the Asian guy but Men the Master? If you guys know poker on TV from years ago, you'll know who Men the Master is. The guy is a notorious cheat and just not deemed as a nice person at all. And he's sitting in the same terminal as we are. And I go over and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's him. And I go over and I said, hey, Man the Master. And I just, Genesis Cabrera for the Cardinals here. Chris picking this one up. Interesting looking auto there, Chris. Genesis Cabrera. It's just basically I can make out the 61. And the rest of it is hieroglyphics for the Cardinals. And, I bullshit. I'm like, oh, big fan. I'm not a fan of Men the Master. But it was Men the Master, and I was I was starting to become a budding poker player at the time, and it was neat to run into this guy. Anyway, long story, we're sitting close to him on the plane, and I go over and I'm talking to him, and I'm like sitting, like the seat next to him is open, so I'm sitting there with him for like 20 minutes just talking about like poker tournaments and this and that. And the Aruba Poker Classic happened to be going on in Aruba the same week we were going out there. So like zero plans for that to happen, but it was interesting the way that all shook out, because like if my level of interest in poker wasn't big before, going to Aruba and seeing like all this crowd of people swarming for this big poker tournament series just like really rocked my world. To see like the money that was flying in poker at the time was crazy. You know who it was put on by as well was Ultimate Bet, put on that Aruba Poker Series back then. And Ultimate Bet, of course, if you guys followed online poker at all, was a big scandal site. But yeah, like Helmuth was down there, all the pros of that particular time, Esfandiari, all these guys were down there. It was an interesting time in Aruba, surrounded by poker. Men the Master. All right, guys, that's box number 7. Here comes box number 8 in a minute. Let's get rid of these cards off the table. Yeah, quite a signature indeed, Chris, right? Okay, box number 8, final box. Let's get some teams up there. Let's get some Washington Nationals love for Greg. Who else is looking for something? What other teams haven't hit yet that are looking for hits? Empty box. Need the Rosetta Stone to read that Cabrera auto. Southwest as Charlie Sheen heading to Vegas. No kidding, Chris. That's pretty funny. Was this pre-Tiger Blood or like post-Tiger Blood? Was this like Charlie Sheen before he went off the rails, or was that Charlie Sheen after he went all crazy? I was out here in Vegas like probably, I want to say 1998, and it was for like a big internet convention that used to go on every year out here, and they would get like, celebrities that were like not top of the line people, but like B-list, and they had Ice-T involved in a bunch of their stuff, and like this was before Ice-T even got involved in the TV shows. Like, what is he on? Law & Order, or one of those shows? He's on one of those NBC shows. So, like, before Ice-T really, like, Ice-T had his music career and then kind of, like, faded into obscurity for a while. And this was in those years. So Ice-T wasn't, like, a big deal. And he would just be everywhere. Like, oh, yeah, there's Ice-T again. Ice-T's just hanging out next to us. And the pre-Tiger Blood. And on that same trip, we went to Delmonico Steakhouse at the Venetian to eat dinner. And who's sitting at the table directly next to us with two pretty attractive young ladies? You'll never guess. Or maybe you will guess. How about Mr. Ron Jeremy? I'm not kidding you. Ron Jeremy hanging on the table next to us. Sitting there dining with two attractive young women. It was a pretty interesting time. The late 90s, baby. Charlie Sheen, really nice to everybody. That's cool. That's real cool. Looking for those autos. Here's a little Franco Sterling. $4.99 Salvador Perez paper for KC. Still looking for those autos. They might all be hiding in that right stack. Score coming up next, guys. Score coming up next. Also, personal boxes available of Prism Draft picks. 5 autos in every one of those boxes, guys. Stuff is loaded. 5 autos per box. And here we go. The Death Rage. $4.99 refractor auto for Detroit. Detroit is Robert G. Robert G. Brock. Deathraj. How am I actually pronouncing that name? Deathraj? I want to say Death Rage, because that's exactly what it looks like. Detroit. Refractor auto. Almost. Almost. Yeah, Tier 1 is going to be listed tomorrow, Chris. Tier 1 cases are going to go active tomorrow. Jason usually sets them up on the website, and he's got time during his regular day gig to set those up. All right, here's a second one, guys. 2 autos in the left stack. I was sorely mistaken, thinking they were all going to fall on the right. San Francisco with a Logan Webb. Logan Webb. That goes to Kyle F. Kyle F. on the Logan Webb. All right, one side of it's down, so we still have 1 auto left in that stack right there, right? 1 auto, maybe some color to go with it. So 1 sec here, guys. Get rid of these cards. Can we do plates and patches tonight? That'd be awesome if we can do plates and patches in addition to score. I am in it for the long haul, fellas. I am here for the long haul. So let's do it. I don't know, Chris. We only have the wax remaining in current inventory, but you know the way this stuff goes. Like, as soon as the product, like the release date wave of it goes away, it's like the stock market. As soon as, like, it's been on the market for a bit, now if it was, say, $100 a box, it's now $140 a box to acquire it. So, like, it gets out of control, like out of the cost range where we can actually do breaks and still turn a little profit on it. Yeah, the price point jumps super high. Like 40%, 50% more than the release day pricing that we were able to get our hands on it for and stuff. So that's usually why you don't see us break more of this stuff going forward. And they limit you, of course, to how many you can get up front. Otherwise, we'd say, like, oh, we'll take 30 Tier 1s. Well, they won't let you get 30 Tier 1s. Here's a purple paper to 250 for Texas. Nick Madrigal Sterling. The NT basketball, yeah, that's crazy, man. That stuff went to $5,500 a case. I haven't even been following the current price on it. But that was like $1,600 more, like week to week on that stuff. Crazy, crazy. Ready for the show, and here we go. Kansas City, and this should technically be the final auto unless there's something else good in here. It's a purple, the 250 Brewer Hicklin for Kansas City, and that is Robert. Robert P. owns that Kansas City spot. Brewer Hicklin, auto for KC. Yeah, it's crazy how much that stuff has gone up. It's really ridiculous. But the same goes for all this product that's allocated, you know. And they've since, in the last couple of years, have basically made everything, just about everything allocated, which didn't used to be the case, but it is now. Talent pipeline for the Rays. Almost there, guys. Almost to the end. I'll do a hit recap, and then we'll get into score. I'm probably going to take 5 minutes in between just to catch my breath here. 2 pretty sizable breaks went off back-to-back. Well, guys, this is something interesting right here. I'm not even paying attention to it, and it is looking pretty good. How about this? How about a red number to 5, top 100? Number 26 out of the top 100 for the Reds. Red for the Reds. Taylor Trammell. Very nice. Not too often you see that. Cincinnati Reds going to Robert G. Nice hit, Robert. Wasn't even expecting that, buddy, because we got through all the autos, and I was thinking, oh, that's it. No way. Top 100. Red to 5. Love it. Love it. Then we got a blue. Blue Wave to 150 of Kirilloff for the Twins. Are they ending us here? They definitely are ending us with some color. We pulled a 1 of 1 in this case. We pulled a red top 100 to 5. Some pretty nice autos along the way. Several of them, I think, 2 of them were atomics. Some speckles in there, stuff like that. I'm cheating. I'm looking to see if we have any color off to the side here. Got a Vlad Jr. ready for the show, numbering to 499, Quantrill for San Diego. All right, guys, that is it. Once again, that was Bowman Jumbo, break number 6. Bowman Wax still filling up on the site. That'll be lined up for Tuesday, so if you're looking for the wax, Tuesday is going to be the day for it, guys. That's going to be the last of our Bowman for the wax, so jump on in. Thanks again for filling this one and for the participation, guys.